Hello everyone. How is everyone doing today? Hello, one more week to continue the playthrough of Triangle Strategy. Hope you guys are doing marvelously good and had a great weekend to recover batteries, recover energy. So we tackle this week one more day. Starting the week with the day 10 of Triangle Strategy. There's not much else game that remains. We still are in the chapter 15, so we're gonna have to keep on playing to see the ending of our story and see how the game is going to behave for us. Hope you guys are doing marvelously good. Pending stuff from the other day. We have a few books, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I don't have enough points to buy all the books. So might as well wait. Yeah, I've been farming a bit in some of the characters. Mostly buying weapons, leveling up some of the characters I'm using, and not much else, to be honest. Very well. Onward to see what's going on with the war against Frost. Oh, we have cutscenes. Oh, right, we had an Anna cutscene back when we left off the last episode. But now we also have Ian's. Anna searches for answers about her parents, and Eridor seems to know more than he lets on. Oh, shit.
Under this tree.
This here's the land of the Jax clan, or used to be more like. That clasp on your chest, that's their sigil, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a memento from my parents, or so I was told.
Aye, now that I'm looking for it, I can see the resemblance. Same silvery hair and everything. Villages near here met with a pretty terrible fate. They begged the armies to spare their fields. The only one who listened was one of House Wolfort's bannermen. No one was surprised, big war hero that he was. But by the time we got here, the Jax had been all but exterminated. He was digging graves for the dead, enemy and all. A hero and a gentleman he was. Names on the tip of my tongue.
Benedict.
Aye, that was it. Do you know the man? I'd like you to pass on my gratitude, if you do.
Wait, so Benedict was involved with the murder of Anna's parents and then adopted her? Really?
Thanks for showing me the way.
Your coin's all the thanks I require. If that's all you'll be needing me for, I'll leave you to it.
You make a poor stalker.
Ain't exactly what I'm built for.
You fought in the battle here, didn't you?
Benedict swore me to secrecy. But suppose it ain't break an oath if you already know. Oh, but first I ought to tell you. You've the right to the truth. And those ain't my words. They're his. That's why he never tried to stop you from finding out about your parents.
You know of their fate?
We drove the enemy up the cliff top. Cornered him there. The same instant we cut their leader down, a babe cried out in the distance. In the hideout, we found you, all swaddled up. A letter pinned to you with that same clasp on your chest.
Live strong, Anna. Stronger than any. I see now.
Your family died at our hands. If it's vengeance you want, you can take it out on me.
That doesn't sound like the Eredor I know. Do you think so little of me? To assume I would forsake my friend, bloody my hands with revenge. I know the truth at last. That is enough.
Is it, Anna? Or are you forcing it to be?
Don't be a fool. Benedict is the one who raised me. If I ever want for a father, I know where to find him. When we've won this war, I shall make sure he understands that.
Wow. So I guess at least she got closure to that. But I mean, it's tough. It's tough knowing that your parents got killed by. I mean, it was war, so there's some understanding to that. But having in mind that Benedict and everyone else killed Anna's parents, and then they adopted her as a daughter. Wow. While playing a visit to a nearby village with Serenoid, Ian's finally realized what he can do as a blacksmith. And what can you do as a blacksmith?
This place was host to a battle not long ago, wasn't it?
We have come here to help. Let us offer what relief we can.
I never imagined the war would spiral this out of hand. Before the fighting started, all I cared about was becoming the realm's greatest blacksmith. I dreamed of forging the perfect weapon, a testament to strength. But what is strength, truly? Of late, I have pondered much on that question.
And have you arrived at an answer?
Well...
There they are! Thanks for the sweets you gave us. Hey, let's play a game!
Very well. What shall we play? Apologies, Jens. You may return. You needn't wait for me.
Come on! Over here!
I believe I may have found my answer, Lord Serenoa. Courage, kindness, warmth that kindles a smile upon a child's face. The fortitude to keep fighting, no matter what trials you may face. Through it all, your heart remains unbent and unbroken. That is what will end this war. You, my lord, and the unmatched weapons you carry within you.
Hello there, Paper. Welcome to the stream. How was the weekend, bro? Be very welcome. Will I have some cola? I have water. It was okay. Had a lot of homework.
You should play with us too!
If you insist, here I come.
Did some plans, maybe? All right. Aside from those two notes, by the way, with the help of the bandits, Serenoa's party searches for the treasure. Right, we were searching for a treasure here with Trish and her dad. Let's see how it goes. Some homework, NAT exams, and exams. Oh, wow. Did you have a test during the weekend? Why no sip? Oh, yeah. Let me sip here. Oh, wait. Oh, of course. I forgot to see the paper redeemed. I jumped straight to the message. I apologize. So you have an exam this week or next week?
So this book is gonna help us find the treasure.
That it will. We found it stuffed in the deepest, darkest recesses of the Frosty archives.
Both. Both weeks. Jesus. Good luck with that, though.
My thieving senses
Hope it goes
tell
well.
me it'll lead us to something that'll make us all rich.
Frost's most confidential information
Go get
is
them.
stored in the archives. There is definitely something of import in there.
And destroy them.
Never thought I'd say this, but good steal.
It wasn't easy, but I had to. For Pa. Sadly, it's locked up tight, and trust me, you won't be forcing that thing open. I tried.
I see. It's sealed with powerful magic.
Would we need another spell to counter the seal?
There's probably a key that can open it.
I had the same thought. It's probably nestled somewhere in this village.
What makes you say that?
Take a good look at the cover, and you'll see a map of Norzelia.
Oh, it's like the rivers, right? And I suppose the dot, the red thing, is where the place must supposed to be.
Indeed, there is. If this is the Norzelia River, then this must be the Wolfort domain.
In which case, those jewels are right on...
This village.
Exactly. We came here because we thought we'd find a way to open it.
Jerome, do you have any notion where it could be?
I've never seen a key that would fit in that sort of lock.
Are you sure it's not just coincidence?
It could be, but if it isn't,
Well, it's too much of a coincidence to be, wouldn't it?
Then the key is in this village.
And what are the subjects you have exams on, Papo? Like math? Pure maths?
And the treasure in this book must be related to the Roselle. And it may shed light on the nature of the salt
Math.
crystal.
I mean, it is what you do, so
Then let's
makes
search the
sense.
village.
Salt crystal? Care explaining?
In due time. First, we find the key. And when searching for lost things, a thief can be most useful. Can we count on your assistance, Drish?
Sure you can, Chief. It's what our lot do best.
Let's go then. Exploration phase? Oh no, just a time skip.
We've scoured the village but have found nothing that resembles a key.
No.
However, our search wasn't entirely fruitless. Trish told us an interesting story from when she stole the book. Share with the others, if you will.
The book seems to be titled The Diary of Orlea. Or, at least that's what the stuffy-looking attendant said it was. Didn't mean much to me at the time, but...
Orlea? But that's...
Yes. My mother. As you know, she led the uprising of the Roselle and laid the foundations of this very village after escaping from the source.
The pendant of Frederica.
It was sometime after that she met my father, the former Archduke.
Frederica, if indeed it was your mother who penned this book, then I believe you may already have the key.
Yep. The pendant.
Of course! The thing we've been searching for has been around my neck this entire time.
Yep. I'm smart.
It opened.
Now you read. Haha, dumb fuck.
So this was my mother's book.
Pray, read it for us, Frederica.
It's a recipe. It's a pudding pie recipe. Pudding pie.
This is a legend handed down by the Roselles since times of old. It is the secret history of Norzelia. I, Orlea Roselle, am recording the legend here as the last keeper of these histories.
In ancient times, the Roselle lived in Centralia, a land to the distant south of Norzelia.
So there are other nations. Like, it's more other, like, places they can go. So Norzelia, I mean, would make sense, is the land to the north. And there's also Centralia. So there must be beaches out there. There must be places with salt. Why aren't they trading with places like Centralia? What happened?
It sat on the shore of the sea, a source that extended to the horizon and beyond. It was said to be a paradise, a place where people never wanted for salt.
Yeah, you don't say. Okay, what happened?
The Roselle knew more about salt than anyone, for it was a part of their everyday lives.
So yeah, they were coastal people.
In those days, Norzelia still rested at the bottom of the sea.
What?
But a cataclysm brought it to the surface, turning it into land.
So it was like an earthquake, and then raised the level, and then it came all the way up. So is it an island? Norzelia is not an island. Again, random question about your location. Is there any movies, etc., that has Canary Island as location? Wow, lots of them. You could probably look for how many movies does have the Canary Islands as one of the recording places, and you're going to probably find a lot. Like, I think Aquaman, for example, usually it has a scene in the desert, and I think that's Fuerteventura. It's much easier to record for many people here in the Canary Islands because, for example, if you need a desert, usually you can go to Fuerteventura, you can go to other places that have sand, and it's much cheaper than going to El Sahara or other places, you know? The Saharan desert. It's much more cheaper to come here, and it requires much less permits to record here on the islands. So there are many movies that actually have the Canary Islands as a place they record. Mostly because of the sand to make deserts, but you can probably Google them. I mean, like a main location for plot itself. Yes, we have a series called, that was not that long ago. I think it is an HBO, maybe. The name of the series is El Hierro, like iron in Spanish, and it's supposed to be located here in the Canary Islands. So Hierro, it's a very famous series that actually blew out when it came out. It was really good because of the casting, having many Spanish, good Spanish actors. And it's all based here on the Canary Islands.
The sea dried up, and the small portion that remained is what we know today as the source.
That remain is what we... I see. Well, this book is explaining a fuck ton. As for other movies and video games and stuff, there's not that many. There's a few of them that have references to the Canary Islands, but being based here, I suppose it's more of a in thing that we have. Like, we based our movies here, or because it is what we have close. But we have a few of those we have. But the most famous one is Yarrow.
Eventually, many people migrated to the new land of Norzelia.
Okay, expected.
They waged war over the source, wishing to get their hands on its precious salt.
Why didn't they establish trade routes?
Our ancestors came to Norzelia in hopes of putting an end to the fighting. They knew that the salt still remained, even without the sea. It merely crystallized and sank deep into the earth.
Wait. Are you telling me? Did you just tell me that the land came all the way up and you have no sea
After all
anywhere
their
in the
searching,
world?
they unearthed a giant crystal. No, a very pillar of salt. They showed it to the people of Norzelia, told them that salt could be found beneath their very feet. However, those who had seized control over the source sought to reign over all of Norzelia by controlling the salt.
Of course.
They, the holy state of Hyzant, attacked and slaughtered the Roselle. They hid the pillar, erased the existence of salt crystals, and imprisoned the surviving Roselle at the source.
It would be... imagine if I've chosen another different route. Wouldn't we know any of this? Because no one would share the book with us? This seems like a very important piece of information to have, just to be an option. Does that show correctly the script's its location? I haven't seen the show. I just know that it's located here. But everyone says it's a very good series, so I'm guessing it is a very good adaptation and very good description of the place. Is there like some naming errors, etc.? Naming errors. I would want to think not, because it's very weird to have naming errors in a series. But I suppose it would be frankly quite... It's common in news. When the volcano erupted on La Palma, and everyone was talking about it, many people and news and reporters got confused as to where the fuck La Palma is. So, yeah. That happens in news mostly, but in the series, I'm going to assume that it doesn't have many wrong descriptions, but I haven't seen it, so I cannot speak it from... Take this as with a pinch of salt.
Thus we were branded sinners, criminals who wanted sole dominion over the land's salt. To justify their own monopoly, Hyzant created the goddess's teachings. But she needed a villain. To this very day, the Roselle are scorned, made to shed blood and tears, all in her name. But the goddess herself is proof of the Rosellan legends. I saw it with my own eyes during the uprising. Inside of her statue is the pillar of salt that was taken from our ancestors. But I could not expose the truth of the goddess. It took everything I had just to get a fragment. But that piece is the key to freeing the Roselle. It must be. For my brethren who continue to suffer for a crime they did not commit.
What do you ask, though? It's very common in Finland to have shows and stuff that they do not correctly descript the location. The Diary of Aulea to the notes.
The holy state's teachings are false. The goddess's blessing spread across all Norzelia. The blessing of the true goddess. The blessing that shall be the key to the chains that bind our people. The blessing my mother spoke of was the salt crystal.
Then I'm just curious. Sometimes shows add a location that doesn't exist, etc. Some of them even use a bit of, you know, cultural folklore, histories and stuff, like our own.
And the false teachings referred to salt existing outside the source.
And, you know, folklore things and media. They usually add those to add a bit of mystery.
It would be the key to ending Hyzant's monopoly on salt. This has the power to change Norzelia as we know it, but it is not something we can recklessly proclaim.
Or mix two cities to one. Don't know. I haven't seen that happening before, I would say. At least not when it comes to shows that depict the Canary Islands. By the way, the Canary Islands make a small appearance in JoJo at the end of Season 1.
But I cannot forgive Hyzant. They rewrote history with their false doctrines and continue to oppress the Roselle. All to maintain their power over salt.
We have the keys that can unlock the fetters that have bound us for so long. We need only find a way to use them.
We would need conclusive evidence. Right now, all we have is a salt crystal. We would not be able to prove that more salt lies beneath the earth, or even the truth of the goddess's statue.
I don't care how much time it takes. Can we not find out the truth?
House Wolford is currently under the banner of Hyzant. We may be branded as rebels if the Holy State deems our actions as defiance of the goddess.
It might be, but it's going to happen anyways because we are going to get used.
And
You
so,
live in a JoJo reference.
history will
I am a
repeat
JoJo
itself.
reference. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe you are too. Who knows? Everything is a JoJo reference nowadays. So history would repeat itself.
But my mother has given us a chance with this book. I cannot simply let it pass me by.
I understand how you feel, and the responsibility of House Wolford to the Roselle. Please give me some time to think, Frederica.
Of course. I believe in House Wolford. And in you, Serenoa.
You deserve credit as well, Lady Frederica. You and your mother are the reasons we can wield this truth. You are a friend of the Roselle, now and forever. Walk proud with the knowledge that you have served your people well.
I shall. Thank you, Jerome.
There is none other I would trust to lead our people into the future. Where you go, we shall follow. Of that you have my word.
I shall count on it.
I think I follow you. These salt crystals. They're the treasure we're looking for?
There is meme among Finns that if Finland ever gets mentioned, everyone wants to go celebrate to Market Square that Finland got mentioned. Is it very rare? There has to be movies that talk about your folklore and different, you know, culture in general, or maybe a location one day. So everyone is chanting to the Market Square. For real. Torille. Should be, shouldn't be.
Correct, and not a word to anyone of what's written in this book.
Mom's the word, promise. Guess that means you don't want any suspicious-looking fellows anywhere near this place. Now, I know we haven't always seen eye to eye, but how'd you feel about leaving the protection of this village to Pa and the others? Decrepit as he is, he can still bust heads better than any rank-and-file troops. I can promise that much.
For what it's worth, I believe her. Her sort aren't known for lying.
As do I. Then I leave the protection of the village to Travis. I hope that's fine with you, Jerome.
The Roselle treat all creeds fairly, so long as we are treated fairly and kind.
Thank you for your understanding. Well then, we should return to the capital.
Yeah, but it's more meme nowadays. If like in random stream Finland gets mentioned, all Finns banter real in chat. So that's a meme out there. Jesus. Didn't know. But it's so uncommon for you guys to get mentioned. I'm surprised.
I would consult with Benedict and Roland on this new turn of events.
Maybe it is because I know a few people that are from Finland, so it's not that uncommon for me, you know? Or people that have moved to Finland and live there. So it is curious. I suppose it's viewed differently from the country itself. When you are in it, of course. So I suppose we go home to talk to Dad. Let's see how it goes. Do you want to save your game? Yeah.
Roland, Benedict, and Frederica regroup back in the capital.
Regrouping back in the capital.
But what they experienced while they were away could very well alter the course of destiny itself.
Fate. Same to the market square, gets spammed in Finland, wins or song competition like ice hockey. That's a very, very cute meme, actually.
What is so important you wish to speak to me alone?
I mean, because of all the references and, you know, having some unity within the country. Benedict.
Lord Serenoa, promise me you will remain calm. I come bearing grave news.
Dad is dead. They fucking called it. In bigger cities, many go to celebrate on the market square, even if it's cold and dark. What? Really? I mean, if you guys are together, it's not that dark, is it?
Your Lord Father has passed.
I
What?
thought as much.
But how? I thought he was recovering.
It was not the illness that took him, my lord. He was assassinated.
By the dancer, right?
Assassinated?
Forgive me. I was unable to stop the villain.
Who would send someone to kill my father? And why?
It was Patriot of the Royalists.
That son of a bitch!
He believes House Wolford a hindrance to King Roland's rule. No doubt he meant to kill both you and your father in one fell swoop.
A hindrance? Pray tell me Roland was not involved in this plot.
I can assure you His Majesty knew nothing of this. But disclosing the truth would put us in a precarious position. At worst, it could lead to civil war. It is best you hide the fact of Lord Simon's assassination.
You want me to say he succumbed to his illness? How can I pay respect to my father with such lies on my lips?
My lord, your father entrusted me with one final order.
What did he say?
He asked me to tell you the truth.
The truth about what?
I ask you to listen calmly, my lord.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay, so I suppose he is telling us the story now. Winters are pretty dark. Some days only get a few hours of light up. Street lights? Some places are not really lit up with streetlights. Very hard to maintain, maybe. Or do you guys turn off the lamp lights after a certain hour?
You are not Lord Simon's son by blood. Your true father is King Regna.
What? What?
His Majesty sired a child out of wedlock with the Lady Destra. That child is you.
What?
Lady Destra lived in the Crown City, but she was not a woman of means. Someone of her position could never hope to marry a king, or indeed keep her head once the royalists discovered what had happened. Lord Simon knew this, and so he welcomed her and the baby in her belly to House Wolford. He and I were the only two who knew her secret. We had intended to carry it with us to our graves, but in his last moment, Lord Simon bade me give this to you.
The ring of the, you know.
The royal signet of Glenbrook.
King Regna entrusted it, and you, to Lord Simon, as proof of your place in the royal line.
Is this truly who I am?
I know it may be difficult to accept.
No, I believe it. I have never known you to speak false to me.
And he has no reason to lie to you now. They are lit, but aren't that bright, in my opinion. Damn. That's rough, though. I mean, if the marketplace is so dark in winter, I can imagine.
Thank you for telling me what my father wished me to know.
You would still call him father?
I mean, of course.
He raised me as his own. And besides, I must keep up the pretense in front of the others. Especially in front of Roland. This stays between us, Benedict. We must keep the truth of my parentage and this ring safe.
Of course, my lord. As you command.
Benedict has rejoined your party. What the fuck? That was a plot twist I was not expecting. Not at all. Probably because of the hair.
Is there something on your mind, Roland?
Now we are getting to know what happened on the other sides, I guess.
Serenoa, I do not know what I should do.
Did something happen in the capital?
No, that problem has been dealt with. I've made sure those damned royalists will never cause trouble again.
Was such harsh punishment truly necessary?
Of course it was. When they should have been helping to rebuild the kingdom, they instead profited off the people's hardship. And on top of that, they sought to string me up as their puppet king.
I understand, but...
You know what they told me? They said that is what Glenbrook truly is. That it must be ruled with the royalists' careful mediation between the royal family and their loyal subjects. They said good kings need not think for themselves. They said my father and my brother understood that.
Right.
Even if that is true, you have the power to change it.
I tried. That is the entire reason I took the throne. But nothing has changed. No matter how many corrupt aristocrats I've cast out, this kingdom has always been broken. As Frost's invasion just ensured we could never put the pieces back together. I do not have the strength to reconcile a land and people torn apart by hatred and greed. I cannot give Glenbrook what it needs, king though I may be.
Roland.
Apologies, my friend. I should not burden you with my woes.
You burden me with nothing. But if you are struggling...
All is well. Trust me. So long as you are by my side.
Roland has rejoined your party. Wow, now I regret not going to see Dad. What the fuck?
That is the extent of what happened during our various endeavors. The passing of my Lord Father, the Royalist scandal, and the book that revealed the truth about the Roselle and the Salt.
What is that link, Papo? Oh, that's an image to the marketplace. To real picture. I mean, it's a cause for celebration, so I have to say, it's very good. You guys need to celebrate more. Hope. Can you imagine now that you have that meme, Finland getting mentioned every single time? You guys are in for a ride.
It is time we consider what we shall do to overcome these obstacles facing us.
I still cannot believe how quickly Lord Simon's condition worsened.
It is most devastating. Serenoa, did your father say nothing else to you? Before he...
He bade me lead House Wolffort well.
I see. Then we must all do what we can to help you honor that request.
Your Majesty, what do you plan to do about the royalists who misappropriated supplies?
And when Finland wins ice hockey in Helsinki, it's meme to swim in big fountains in city center. Oh shit. In the deep of night. Yeah. That's going to be an interesting situation to be in.
As far as I've been able to discern, those involved acted out of greed and self-interest. They must all be punished. Nothing less than exile from the kingdom or execution will suffice.
But there are those among them who support the Glenbrook line. Will that not impact your governance?
Perhaps. But to pardon their crimes would kindle the people's ire. We must make an example of them. To appease the people. To make clear the consequences of engaging in such foolhardy behavior.
Did something else happen in the capital, King Roland?
Oh.
Nothing you need concern yourself with. But I must say, I was shocked to learn of that Rosellan legend. Do you suppose the contents of that book could be true?
The part about their homeland, Centralia, that sits upon a vast saltwater sea? That of the untapped salt crystals beneath Norzelia? Or that, in order to monopolize the salt trade, Hyzant fabricated the Roselle's sins? That the pillar of salt Hyzant stole from the Roselle is hidden within the statue of the goddess?
Why are you making so many questions, Benedict? I guess this is all true. What are these things, though? Ah, where the image was. Oh, the images from when they washed in the city fountain. God damn it, they were having fun, weren't they? Look at them go.
If any of it is true, it would turn everything we know on its head. It would mean the teachings of the Holy State are not but lies.
Spoilers, it is true.
It does sound unbelievable, but we have already seen part of this legend for ourselves.
Why does it sound unbelievable? None of you guys have gone down south to Centralia or whatever that thing is. You've never been there for some reason. Or talked about it. For Frost, city of books, city of knowledge, doesn't fucking know there is lands to the south. Why? Why? Where's the consistency on that? I'm angry.
The crystal from the Rosellan
Explain.
village?
That crystal is a fragment from the pillar within the statue of the goddess. One my mother obtained during the uprising.
It fits perfectly.
Apparently, Lady Orlea penned the book detailing the legend for Frederica.
She did. She enchanted it so no one could open it, but left me the key to break the spell. This pendant.
I doubt a mother would go to such lengths to lie to her daughter.
Then we agree the legend contains at least a seed of truth.
Your Majesty, we have received word that the survivors of the Duchy's army are amassing.
What? Where?
At the Grand Norzelian mines. But we cannot be sure what they are doing. None of our scouts have returned.
Everyone, I mean, I know what they're doing, but apparently no one knows.
These frosty dogs. We will speak later, Serenoa. First, we must put down whatever the Duchy is planning at the mines. I need you and your people beside me.
Of course. We shall ready ourselves for the battle at once.
Is there a Spanish meme like this? Spain is a very complicated country when it comes to sharing a meme with everyone together. We have a few memes, I guess, in the country, but Spain, after the Civil War and everything that happened, there's a few remnants of that time nowadays that still loom over people. For example, the use of the flag. I mean, when it's football, everyone is like a true patriot, even though I don't like that kind of expression. You know, everyone is like, yeah, football, let's fucking go, we won, yay. Like every football team is like, I guess. It's like a post-Soviet thing. Wouldn't say it's more of a, because during the Civil War in Spain, the left was basically persecuted and prosecuted. Prosecution meaning they were basically shot in sight or delivered to getting executed, basically. So after the transition to having a democracy from authoritarian dictatorship to a democracy, tensions were a bit on edge. Everyone agreed on you know what I mean. Agreed on the democracy and everything was going all right. There was not that many bloodshed during the transition, so it went mostly well. But the thing is, there's always been a really strong difference between the left and the right in this country, especially when it comes to extreme right, because those guys they seem they want to go back to the dictatorship, so no thanks, bro. And having for example, the flag, our flag is usually a symbol of the right. When it comes to the left, many people don't like the flag or prefer to use the old Republican flag. Our flag means that is a nice show. Yeah, basically. Welcome day. Welcome to the stream. So yeah, speaking about Spanish and having a meme like let's go all together. I suppose football has it, but politically, Spain is it's an interesting country. Yeah. I don't think we agree eye to eye to many things if we are from left and right. So yeah. I don't see Spanish people going jumping on the pool. I guess people would do that on a fountain, I guess, but just football, not on politics, I assure you.
Extraction is nearly
Balconing.
finished. We've secured the amount we were told.
Balconing wasn't a thing that people from who was it? I know it was foreigners, but I think it was the people from Great Britain were doing balconing, and everyone joined in to that trend.
Seems such a waste to just leave the rest.
By the way, Benedict's a voice actor again with another voice.
Don't think Archduke Gustadolf gives two shites. Hurry it up. We need to be done here before Glenbrook catches on to us.
Sir.
Fate completed. Let's save. Let's save the game.
Roland and House Wolffort succeed in reclaiming Glenbrook, but they cannot rest easy, for new dilemmas threaten to tear the kingdom apart. For one, the secret of Serenoa's birth come to light with Lord Simon's passing.
Come to light for a few people, not everyone. We had a civil war after we got independence. It was fought between Soviet Reds and Whites. Whites won. What is the difference between a red and a white? Because it usually is red and blue, you know. So what does the white actually mean in this context? Whites won, and there are mostly only idioms about civil war left today.
Meanwhile, the newly crowned King Roland struggles to reconcile his ideals with reality after punishing the royalists. Finally, there's the truth about the Roselle and the untapped salt crystals buried within the earth, revealed in a book to Frederica from her late mother. None of these revelations have an easy solution. As all parties discuss the matters, they receive word that the survivors of the Isfrosti army are gathering at the Grand Norzelian mines. Forced to put all else aside to focus on driving out their foe, Serenoa and his comrades steel themselves for battle.
We're going upstream. Sleep, my friend. I have many questions. Whites are like Republic, opposite of Soviets.
The remnants of the Isfrosti forces are gathering at the Grand Norzelian mines.
Civil War was quickly brushed under the rug and almost never mentioned, only in idioms. I suppose no one wanted to share that kind of information with the world.
Perhaps I should say they are rallying there, preparing to defend it to the last.
Something tells me you're right. Gustadolf may have used Lord Dragan's murder as pretext for invading Glenbrook. Yet I believe his true aim was to seize control, not of our kingdom, but of the mines.
Yeah.
Once Glenbrook fell to them, Esfrost did indeed continue mining operations with notable zeal. Apparently, they transported huge shipments of what they excavated to the duchy, too.
You mean iron ore?
No, Frederica.
One would assume as much, but we do not know for certain. They say only a chosen few were allowed to have anything to do with the mining or transport.
Odd, ain't it? Granted, the iron from the Grand Norzelian mines is supposed to be decent stuff.
But the Duchy has access to plenty of other iron mines of comparable quality. They've certainly no need to go to such pains to obtain resources from this one.
You reckon there's something special about it?
Yes! Please, guys! Please, add 2 and 2. It's not that hard. Use the brain cell.
What my mother wrote of must be true. I've returned from scouting the Grand Norzelian mines. There were no signs of miners or couriers anywhere. The enemy's numbers do not appear that great, but the soldiers were occupied with some task within the mine. I cannot say exactly how many they are.
Thank you, Hewitt. Well done.
A few idioms like Helveting Hustoista, Hells 16, and Betwixt many Kuten Baposota. It went to shit like a liberation war. I mean, that's an aptly named idiom. frankly.
Well, there you have it. The Frosty army is scheming something at the mines. Whatever they're planning, we cannot allow them to continue unchallenged.
Guys, this is fucking dumb. Dude. You might say, no, this is knowledge you have as a player. Dude, they know... They fucking know about salt being underground. They know that these guys have been mining quite fast. And they also know... What was it? I had it on the tip of my tongue. There's a piece of information that these guys have about the mines. And now I cannot remember it. But they must know that there is salt there. Like, Benedict should have figured it out by fucking 2 chapters ago.
Then let us reclaim the Grand Norsellian mines. And in doing so, we shall discover the Duchy's aims in due course.
I know that they know, because it's been obvious. It's only 7 hour gathering together. Without me, of course. Also, War Chronicle, we have notes because we have the diary. In ancient times, the Roselle lived in Centralia. So this is the same reading, I guess. Yeah. "16 is a reference to the day the war ended. It's a very odd number to have, so, but I suppose it depends. If it is a date, it would make sense. Gather at the Hierophant's place without Serenoa. Yeah.
Glenbrook has withdrawn from the sanctions and reopened trade with us.
King Roland is truly a man of his word.
Furthermore, during the battle for the Crown City, our forces sustained nary a scratch, while the Frosty were all but crushed. We could not have asked for a more auspicious outcome.
An outcome that would not have been possible without the Elfric we supplied them. Still, Minister Serenoa and House Wolford must be given credit for aiding in our victory.
Minister Exham, how strange to hear you lavish such praise upon another.
I am only speaking truth. Leaving Minister Serenoa in Glenbrook's hands is unwise.
I agree. As one of the Saintly Seven, he belongs here with us.
Of course. We shall bring him under our thumb. The Holy One has plans for the young lord.
Right.
Making him our creature has the added benefit of bringing his entire domain under Hyzantian rule.
But I doubt His Majesty will be so willing to part with him.
Oh, indeed. And yet King Roland owes us a great debt, which will be all the greater after we help him rebuild the Crown City. We will so overwhelm him with generosity, he will be unable to refuse us anything.
So, you mean to seize Glenbrook as well, Minister Edor? Somehow I am unsurprised.
I seek nothing more than to spread the goddess's grace and wisdom to Glenbrook and even Esfrost, until her divine protection shelters Noselia in its entirety. That is what the goddess desires, and therefore, what the Hierophant desires as well.
There must be no one inside there. I suppose there's supposed to be a plot twist with this. But there must be no one inside the... taking the Hierophant's place. A load of cargo from the Grand Norsellian mines arrives at Twinsgate. I mean, that is where Dragan's father was.
Is this all of it?
Yes, my lord. This is all the cargo we were able to carry. Our comrades at the mine should be putting the final touches on everything right about now.
And why is no one telling me what is happening?
I don't even know what cargo you are hauling.
We're only following Archduke Gustadolf's orders, my lord.
Yes, I understand that. Stop your sniveling. Perhaps you may have heard the Archduke has summoned me to Ironstone. This may be the last time I serve at this fort. As such, I would like to show my appreciation for everything you've done. Do you have a moment?
The sentiment is appreciated, my lord, but the Archduke insisted we make haste.
And did he also insist you spit in the face of his uncle's generosity?
No, my lord. Of course not. I meant no disrespect. We shan't refuse your gracious offer.
Come with me.
Now he's going to check it out.
Can all that cargo truly be naught but iron ore? I suppose I shall have to find out what it is for myself.
Chun Chung. Finland is mostly today divided for political parties that want to do things like good old days and supplies that want Finland to be more independent and limit immigration. I mean, it is the state of political affairs in many countries nowadays. I don't know. Politics are a very complex thing. And it's very divisive when it comes to people talking about politics and stuff. Oh, we are exploring.
Were those the only ones?
I do not understand. There were far more soldiers here when I came scouting.
They've mined more since the last time we were here. Perhaps the enemy is further within.
Likely that's the case. But navigating these twisted tunnels ain't gonna be fun.
Indeed, I advise we... Indeed, the enemy may be waiting to ambush us around any corner. We familiarize ourselves with the nearby tunnels before we head any deeper into the mine, Lord Serenoa.
Good call.
Agreed. Let's take care to cover our tracks while we look around.
Cover our tracks. Time to get some money. It appears Aesfrost has put a lot of effort into the mines. They've installed quite the number of mining carts, perhaps to transport large quantities of ore. Let us investigate the area further, but we must be on our guard. There's no telling if or when the enemy will strike. We might be able to ride the minecarts to get through the tunnels quickly. Let me see if they work. We might even be able to use them against the enemy. Look out, Eridor! Whoa, the cart! That was a close one. Thanks for that, lad. Let us proceed with caution. I would hate for anyone to get hurt by one of those carts. Can you hurt anyone with those carts? Is this one of the Lord Dragan's explosives? They are all along the tunnel walls. We must be careful. These carts may provide useful in the event of a battle. Thankfully, I have yet to see any trace of the enemy. I think now a good time for us to glean the position of the carts. Large range HP recovery pallet. Looks like mining continued even after Dragan was killed. I cannot help but wonder if this is what Gustav wanted from the start. Hey! This is Minecraft now. There were more people here when I came scouting. My guess is that they are hiding within the tunnels now. They may be planning an ambush. We should see if there is anything we can use to our advantage around here. The mines were meant to be a symbol of a new age of peace between the three nations, yet it feels no more than a distant dream now. What do you think we should be done? Should be done with the mine now? With the mines now, my friend. We can use it to rebuild the kingdom as a place to work for those who have lost their jobs during the war. A fine plan. If we can reward those who have suffered during the war, Glenbrook will recover all the faster. But we won't be able to use Dragan's explosives. I wonder if we will be able to mine these tunnels on our own. Well, where there's a will, there's a way, my friend. And we will find that way for Glenbrook. We don't know when the enemy will strike. And when they do, we can utilize these minecarts to fight back. We just got to make sure we don't hit any of our hours. That's actually a really good plan. Obsidian anklet. What is that? What kind of an item is that? Increases the strength and magic attacks, but prevents natural TP recovery at the start of your turn. No. Ugh. I suppose some characters would benefit from that. But no. I suppose the numbers of minecarts indicates how much work the duchy has done in these tunnels. To think they come so far in so short a time, it makes me wonder what their hurry is. What their hurry is. Oh, there's an item up there? Superior fiber. Looking for a glitter. A glimmer of an item. Doesn't make any sense. Troops should be stationed at the entrance, regardless of whether you want to defend or abandon the mines. So why are these soldiers hiding in the tunnels? I doubt they do that on their own. I doubt they do it on their own volition. It may be some tactics that they have been ordered to carry out. A tactic in the tunnels? You mean mining? Not quite. Mining would be best left to miners. The soldiers are likely preparing for the battle. Whatever it is that they're doing, it bodes ill. Cure all pallet. Okay, there's a ladder there. Quality timber. I don't assume there's going to be anything, any other item, maybe? I do not see any glimmers, so... Okay. Let's have a save. And end the exploration. There are explosives everywhere. I have a bad feeling about this. Yeah, me too. This might be a potential trap.
Benedict, these spheres everywhere. Unless I'm mistaken, they're explosives.
Bomb.
Yes, a means Lord Dragan devised for breaking through the bedrock. They aren't as powerful as blast crystals, but they are simple to set and can be manipulated to go off at the same time.
Reckon I'll go collect whatever charges are left, my lord. Just to be safe.
Thank you. I do not find it strange that there are explosives in a mine, only that they have been left here.
Indeed. As deadly as they are, one would hope they were stored more safely.
You'd think the miners would have put them at the far end of the tunnel if they meant to use them.
But they're everywhere, along the whole length.
If they were to detonate, the entire tunnel would collapse.
That's what they want. They want to close the mine.
Then they must have been left here on purpose.
Intruders! Get them!
Yes, Frosty Army!
Have you ever been in a bullfight? No, it's not. We don't do that here in the Canary Islands. And we'll never do that. Thankfully, those things are dying with old people. Because some generations still continue to carry that tradition, and it's fucking gross. At all. A single man puts an end to the chaos caused by some Frosty soldiers in Glenbrook. But no, I haven't been to a bullfight, and I would never go to a bullfight.
Ah, my shop! Someone stop this madness!
Many forgot how they end. Usually don't, because you can actually see how they finished it if you go to a bullfighting. You know, to see it, basically. So they end up with the kill of the bull.
Carry on screaming and sniveling. This land is ours now, and we'll do as we please.
You monsters!
Ha! Try me! I'll cut you down where you stand!
But in other countries that romanticize bullfights, I know that Japan has a, like, they love Spanish culture, so some of them actually have, you know, figures, and in some places you can actually find in Japan scenes mostly depicted in Spain. One of them is bullfighting. But yeah, there's some, I didn't know that some countries would romanticize that. I mostly thought that everyone was agreeing on the fact that bullfighting was an act of cruelty.
And just what do you think you're doing?
You disgust me. Be gone from this place.
So, you've chosen death then?
Hold! Lest my eyes deceive me, is that not Sir Flanagan?
And what if I am?
'Tis him! The bloody shield in the flesh!
Former Black Iron Captain! Damn it all! Run for your life, you fool!
How far they have fallen. They confuse might for morality, and sully the duchy's good name.
Hail, soldier! I cannot thank you enough for coming to my aid.
'Tis instinct. I cannot abide such cruelty. Though I no longer call myself a soldier, it is the only station my skills afford me.
Cruelty 1 almost never gets mentioned, at least in here. I mean, I don't suppose that kind of thing is talked in other countries. Because why would you talk about Spain's bullfighting? There's no need, there's no reason. So I would forgive other countries for not knowing what happens here. And that is a thing. I suppose some people actually name it as one of the most cultural things, cultural quote-unquote things here in Spain, but no. Many of us despise that kind of acts. And as a product of its time, eventually it will fall. Eventually.
My lord, a man calling himself Flanagan requests an audience. Will you grant it?
Actually, the funny thing is, it's so romanticized that if you go to Shin Megami Tensei, which is a series of RPGs in Japan, and you go look for the name Matador, you can actually see a character, a demon, which is a Spanish matador, basically.
Flanagan. The name sounds familiar somehow.
Ah, he fought in the tourney, didn't he? The one they call the Bloody Shield.
Did he?
His frosty soldier. What brings him to me? Anyhow, send him in.
My lord.
Been a few moons, Bloody Shield.
And many old cartoons misses stabbing of bulls, etc. Bugs Bunny usually used to have one episode about bullfighting, I think.
And many more since I answered to that name.
Then what brings an S. Frosty to us this day?
Words cannot bring back your countrymen, but I give them to you anyway. I condemn the Duchy's actions with every fiber of my being. Deeply ashamed am I of our Archduke's willingness to shed the blood of innocents. Meager though they may be, you have my sympathies.
So, you came all this way just to apologize? You're a strange one, all right.
I am well aware that words alone mean little. And that is why I offer my service, that my words might ring true.
Why House Wolfort? There are far greater armies that would give anything to have a warrior like you in their ranks.
I have no interest in further bolstering the might of Frost or Hyzant. They trample the weak with no remorse. I will stand for it no longer.
And you think you can stand here and call us weak? You little...
You intrigue me, Sir Flanagan. But what of your title? Is your shield truly stained with blood?
It's a name given to me by men, nothing more.
You can trust he'll hold his own in battle if you take him in. One look is enough to tell you that.
A boon to our cause, then. Provided we ourselves do not become the very thing you despise. House Wolfort welcomes you, Sir Flanagan.
The feeling of intrigue is mutual. I am at your service.
Yay.
You're two
New character.
Odd, aren't you?
Flanagan, join your forces. So he is a tank that moves in a hawk. A rugged and mighty warrior who soars above the battlefield, draws the enemy's attacks, and stands strong against head-on attacks. Roster. Where is that man? He carries a hawk. There we go. Flanagan, Rook Shield. Increases the damage inflicted to you by arrows. Ironclad decreases damage taken head on. So unlike Eridor, who has the same but in the backside, He gets decreased damage taken from the front. Shield Bass. Aerial Assault. Ride your hog to a selected square. The hog will deal physical damage to all enemies within range. Take 50% of damage for a selected ally. It's just the same as Serenoa, is it? Serenoa has shielding stance if I upgrade him. What if I... frankly, I suppose beside the movement, the skills are not that impressive. But I mean, new character. He's there. Speaking of which, bombs are placed all along the tunnel walls, and the enemy soldiers appear before Serenoa and the others. Go get him.
The Frosty mean to seal off the mine.
Do not let them through the tunnel. Kill them.
But this is House Wolfort we're up against, Commander.
You think I don't know that? The battle won't be easily won. But if we've the metal to use our explosives, victory may cost us our lives, but we can take those Wolfort curs with us. For Esfrost, for an end to Hysantian tyranny. We must blockade the mines. Soldiers, make ready. Aye!
We must stop the bombs.
I don't mean to. They would blow the tunnel at the cost of their own lives?
Are they trying to make their parents cry? Let me help you beat some sense into these fools, my lord.
Your aid is most welcome, Trish.
We should stop the bombs, I guess. Allow even a single explosive to detonate. Okay, this is not going to be a fun fight. Oh, Trish is a must in this battle.
May we return home unharmed.
10 members. And Trish has to be in the team. And the first bomb is there. Anna,
as you command.
Very well recommended. Should we get a tank?
I won't let you down.
Healer.
I am ready.
Damage. Tanking.
With pleasure.
Support. Should I get a support?
I'll give it a try.
Like, Ian's might not be a good character in this fight, even though he is recommended. I mean, we could... depend on the positioning of the enemies. They have elite units. I guess they're going to be placing bombs every fucking where.
As you wish.
2 healers, maybe? We are very limited with British on the team.
I'll do my best.
Let's go with Ian's. As for how they're going to be moving, I don't suppose you can bring down enemies with the push. That would be too OP, maybe. Erador. This goes to support the damage. Very well. Saving. Let's go suffer. Explosives. The explosives set by the enemy are set to detonate on a timer. Move next to the enemy explosives and disarm them before they detonate. Minecarts. The rail will glow blue when a card can be used, and the opposite area station will become selectable. The yellow panels indicate minecarts call stations. When you are standing next to a station where there is no card, you can call the card over there from the opposite station. Keep in mind that a card deals damage to anything on the rails that it travels to. Okay. Let's commence and be murdered. Eliminating the S Frosty. The battle begins.
Comrades, we will seal off the mines, whatever it takes.
If it costs us our lives to destroy our enemy, so be it. Detonate the charges and let them rot in pieces among the iron.
We've no hope if they set off the explosives. Do not take this lightly. They're willing to martyr themselves to defeat us.
The bastards think they can take us down with them? Sorry, but I got better things to do than get blown up.
I'll give it my best.
Okay. Spring trap. Sending him all the way back when he walks to us. Pushing the rail.
Time to work.
Time to work, and we are going to go invisible.
You won't.
Anna has leveled up.
This battle is ours.
Shadow stitching, why not?
Try this. Victory is ours.
They have 2 wizards, but they don't seem to have any cleric with them.
Forward.
Serenoa.
I shall try my level best. Let us steal our defenses for the future of House Wolford.
We doing this?
Make way.
Flaming arrow.
You're one
Flaming,
of it.
sorry.
Bullseye.
Does anyone else is going to set traps? Of course.
All right, the rest of you, keep going. Blow up the tunnel and seal off the mines.
Damn! We need to hurry before the explosives go off.
This is going to be an intense fight.
You won't beat me.
And somehow I feel it's going to be really close.
Show me what you're made of. Look at me learning.
I suppose this is the first time the game actually wants us to remove our cover. Hopefully they will not have like infinite bombs.
Allow me. Lane, heed my call.
Oh, they do have a priest. It was
comes to battle.
all the way in the back. Should I join?
I've got it.
That was some good damage. Diffuse. Oh, they have... Okay, they have a detonation timer. They have a timer. It depends on the turns. Ooh.
Here I come.
Wasn't counting on the archer, I can assure you that. About this warrior over here.
Try this.
Yes, very nice. How? How?
For the honor of House Wolfort. Death from above. That hit the mark.
Shall we begin?
Time to heal Eridor.
Be at ease.
That's the stuff.
I see a path to victory. Let us steel our defenses.
I'll keep on.
For the future of House Wolfort.
Ready. This'll hurt some.
Make way.
Leap.
Farewell.
She's probably in danger here, but
You won't beat me.
I fight for peace. Flames, heed my call.
at least I am invisible. Hopefully none of them is going to see me or stand near me.
This battle is ours.
So with that, I should be kinda content. Blinding.
From this range.
And no one was blinded.
I ain't. You've done it now.
You're gonna move? Ah, fucker.
Forward.
Damn, that hurt.
I see a path to victory.
Yeah, Benedict is not a damaging character.
Let us steel our defenses.
Cool heads shall prevail.
Allow me. I can keep fighting.
Let's go then.
Slumber Shot has a critical.
Show your trap. How about that?
Okay.
I've been waiting for this.
Cleric is getting close. Can I provoke? If I can provoke, that would be great. Nice.
I fight for peace. With the powers in me.
How many turns do I have? 27 turns. Take cover.
Into the shadows.
Damn it.
You won't beat me. You're wide open.
Maybe I should have healed.
Me too! For the honor of House Wolford. I'll make this quick. They're going to detonate any minute. Quickly now.
I know, I know.
Done it now!
Let us pry out their weakness. Stay composed.
Incredible. Let me heal your wounds.
Yeah.
Go quick.
How many turns do I have? How many turns do I have on the bomb? 15 turns. Okay. No biggie. Slumber shot on this guy.
This'll hurt some.
Of course.
I will end this. Flame, heed my call.
You won't beat me! You're done!
Diffuse it.
It isn't over yet.
Yeah. Let's go.
From this range,
You let ha!
I will fight to my last
To
breath.
lead, I must grow.
Let my guard down.
Okay.
You're done.
That guy is dead.
Ain't nothing I can't do.
For the honor of House Wolford.
Should we stay and defend? This guy is probably dead. Serenoa moves very swiftly. So, oh, it has physical counter. Wasn't counting on that.
I shall do what I can.
Can you reach? You can reach Erador, but not neither of the girls. Stay here. He's going to be removing sleep and putting a
I
bomb.
shall try my level best.
Why would he put a bomb? I don't know. Video games.
Just as I planned. For the future of House Wolford.
What now?
What now? Let me tell you what now. Shit, we don't have well, I suppose the best course of action is to provoke an opportunity attack.
You won't beat me!
We're removing this guy.
True.
Look at me learning.
Oh, fucking hell.
For the duchy! For the loved ones awaiting word of our triumph! We will win this, one way or another!
More of them. Stay on.
Allow me.
I know. Getting Frederica on a safe spot. Well, there's no safe spot per se. You can take cover and move closer to the bomb.
This battle is ours.
Use the bomb. And I would like to move her, but if I do that, I will not be able to heal her. Don't worry, we can revive him. We can revive him. Can we use the bow? No. He's always going to knock off.
Let me heal your wounds.
Ooh, finally. Pick up the item. And we do a sanctuary.
What would Father do? Death from above! That hit the mark.
Let us pry out their weakness.
How many turns does the bomb need? 30 turns? That's a lot. You know what? I don't see why not.
Preparation is key.
Time to take flight.
Why not? Pray, share with me why can I not do this?
Try this.
Whatever. Wait, is the stream having hiccups? You guys are watching the stream correctly, or is it having hiccups? Because it seems to me that we are having a bit of a hiccup. OBS is telling me we have a bit of a problem. Don't know why. Yeah, we do have a bit of a hiccup. I'm going to do a soft reset of the stream. And let's see if that fixes it up. I'll be right back, guys.